Pastor Roy Gerhard from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. Well, look, these last couple of weeks we've been in 1 Thessalonians and in the book of Acts, chapter 16 and 17. And I want to encourage you to, in fact, go and read those chapters in the book of Acts today and look at the way in which the apostles were really living out their faith in Jesus Christ. We're going to focus on that a great deal this week as we continue to wrestle with how God pours into our life a vitality, an energy, and a joy that is able to make us whole and pure and holy, and that would overflow in a way that we could love one another and love others in increasing measure. That's where we have been focusing all of our attention in these last couple of weeks, is really how God pours in and how it pours out in our life. Now, even though we've tried to tie those two things together very clearly, I realized in a conversation this past week that not everybody is making the connection. I was talking to someone about the message that I've been preaching, and they shared how, yeah, we really need that. We need more Jesus coming into our lives. We just need to get more prayer and more in the Word, more in the worship, etc. We just need to get more Jesus into our lives. Well, as soon as they said that, I thought, man, you're only getting half the message. You really haven't made the full connection between inflow connected to outflow. And it gave me this picture of the way in which people are trying hard to live their spiritual lives, trying to grow. And it'd be like trying to fill a bottle with a garden hose. And if you do that, it kind of looks like this. And at some point, you just have to stop because it just keeps pushing back. You see, if you don't have some place for it to flow out, that water is just going to push back. And the harder you're pushing in, the harder it's going to push back. And the funny thing is about trying to fill a bottle that way is that when you stop, you realize that it's not full at all. In fact, it was filled with all kinds of turmoil because of all that water you're trying to force in there. But it's not actually full. It's not been topped off at all. And if that's a picture of our spiritual life, then it starts to look like this. That we're saying, I need more and more Jesus in my life. And so we pray, we go to church, we listen to sermons, we listen to teachers. We do all of those kinds of devotional acts that is pouring more and more in. We're just like saying, I just want all the Jesus that I can get. But at some point, we kind of fill up on it. At some point, there's a pushback. And we don't really find satisfaction. We start to, in fact, feel more and more like there's something missing. I've seen people live their spiritual lives just this way, where they've gone to church their whole life. They pursue all of the devotional acts that they can, and yet they're really not satisfied, and they're definitely not growing. They start looking around for some answer. Maybe they just need a better teacher, somebody who can bring something new and exciting to their lives. Maybe they need someone who could produce deeper healing in their lives, and they dig in deeper and deeper into their own soul, trying to find an answer. The answer may be far simpler than we could guess. It may just be that we've stopped focusing on where the grace of God is going in our lives, where we are spilling over with love that would allow us to share the gospel with other people. You see, these people who have been in church all their lives and have grown into kind of a spiritually constipated soul, where they're not happy, they're not satisfied, they're feeling empty, and they're feeling like, hey, I've already learned all that I can. They also are not people who are inviting others to come to church. They can't remember the last time they invited someone who wasn't just a friend from another church down the road to come over to their church service. No, they're not inviting people who don't know Jesus to come to church. They're not sharing their faith with people who don't know the Lord. They're not connecting with people and praying for people who are really lost from God, but they have been consumed with filling in their own lives, trying to find that satisfaction and building up relationship with other Christians. But that's only part of the picture. And if you don't get the other side, it eventually leaves you unsatisfied, never full, always a bit empty, always wishing that you could find that answer. And the answer is going to be to start to focus more and more of your attention on how you express the love of Jesus, how you share the good news with others, how you make the connection with them rather than just pouring into your own soul. Because as you pour out, God will fill in the gaps. And as you struggle to make that reach to somebody else, to teach someone what it means in your life to know Jesus, God will deepen your love and your faith in him as well. Well, may God bless you today. And as you share this good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.